from life. Okay, let's try this again. Shut the door, please. Put the air conditioner on, please. Okay, so one of you found your way back. Marta, can you put the air conditioner on, please? Please. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. Coming. Don't get married. What's up? Okay, surprise, take two. Yeah, it's just like every single time, right? Surprise, take two. Okay, so I was going to do a video earlier about a convicted heroin deal. So there in 2013, was it 13 or 14? There was a kid that I met at FCI Terre Haute. Matter of fact, I wrote this in an article, so it's not like a surprise. He was happy to do this article. I don't know if I put it in Vice, Guerrilla Convict, The Fix. I'm not sure which platform it was on, but this dude was like happy to do this interview. His name was Cody Jones. He's out of Texas. He had a few years for heroin. Went to the drug program early. You know, people thought that maybe he was an informant. Whatever. That's a whole different issue. But what was so interesting about this guy is I never heard of cheese. Has anybody heard of cheese? I'll stop right there and answer some questions. Does anybody know what cheese is? Cheese, not cheese, but the drug cheese. Oh, fuck. Great. And it's, in case you guys are wondering what's in the cup tonight. Okay, shake it off, no biggie. Mr. Rosso, pray all as well. Okay, Ron Gross, surprise take two. Adam looks good. Thank you, Adam. That's better. Sparky 2, Agnostic 1. How are you, Rob? I'm doing good. Lynn Swan, what's up? Better vision. Habla, Ray Torres, Ron Gross, you're good. Shake it off. No biggie. Jesse's girl. What up? Mr. Rosso, pray all as well. The real Blamsky, everything's good. Hey, Robert, you're looking like Mr. Magoo meets technology. Love your show, Michael Duffy. Marky Mark. Really, Marky Mark. Cheese is another word for cash to me. Right, bro. So yeah, it's actually heroin. So Joshua, how do you say it? No, Kason. What's up, Rob? So what's up, Montauk? What's up? Cheese. Cheese is a kindler, gentler form of heroin that these kids put out. I guess I haven't Googled it. I guess we could Google it and see what it was. It was down in Texas. That it was coming out, and what they did was they were taking tar heroin and they're mixing it with sleep aid. Let's see if I can find cheese on. Let me just Google this real quick and see why were they doing that. These were kids that were middle class kids that had opiate problems that end up doing heroin. And let's see, cheese. And they were around a bunch of middle class or rich white kids. The one be the cheese comment. The one before the cheese comment, Marky Mark. Read my last comment, Marky Mark. Cheese is another word for cash. I'm trying to see, was there another one before? Cheese is another word for cash. Okay. Yep, you got it. The one before. We're all going to need to teach you how to focus on the camera. On the camera? Yeah. Hit the like, y'all. Cheese is down south thing. Okay, Joshua. Yeah, so I didn't Google it. Cheese / heroin. What is cheese? What in cheese makes you addictive? Does cheese act like a drug? Okay, that's actually cheese. All right. Well, the first I heard of it when I was in the joint, and this kid brought it to my attention. And I'm going to go ahead and read this interview. So he says it's a down south thing. So tar heroin. Nah, I was just telling you in on San Pedro, born and raised, and still here, bro. Oh, Mark, you're from Pedro, huh? I gotta look at your face. Are you my age? Do we know each other? Are you younger? I'm 52. Um, when the camera is blurred, just turn the lens and it'll fix it. Yeah, I was going to, but you heard her. Pedro boy, I'm 40. Okay, Mark. All right, bro. You surf? Real quick. Do you surf? Did you surf? I was raised on 15th and Grand. That's where I grew up. Oh, okay. Okay. The CDs. So I'm a J number. Yup. Oh, okay. Torrance. All right. So Surf Cabrillo Point, Spunky, and then there's a cove. Surf Japs a little bit when Moby was around back in the day. That was my sister's people. And then there's a cove next to Japs between Japs and BAs. We called it Hollows. Trump has a golf course there. That's where I grew up surfing. The reason I did it there is because I ran with a lot of dudes from Marilest and PB. There's Pedro dudes, but some of my two of my closer friends went to Marilest when Marilest was still at school. So that way we couldn't surf BAs because that was more of a PV spot, the local ship. Japs, so I could surf Japs because I knew some older dudes. But if I wanted to surf with my friends, we all had to find like our own spot to surf. We can have dudes from Marilest and Pedro together. All right, let me get going here. Japams, yeah, I got a lot of homeboys from PV too. Okay, Mark. Um, yeah, Trump built the golf course right above where I grew up surfing most of the time, and yeah, so a lot of my dudes that I grew up with became marijuana growers. Went to Humboldt, now they're down in Temecula. Anyway, yeah, and legal growing sucks, from what I understand. Not into that whole thing, but they had a lot better luck when before the Mexican cartels came and took over the legal marijuana industry, from what I understand. All right, you guys. So here I'm going to go ahead and get going. So I'm going to read this. So the title of this was "Convicted Cheese Dealer Has No Remorse." Let me tell you something. This kid loved this. So this is on the internet, so I'll go ahead. That's why I'm even saying his name, right? Cody Jones was just 7 years old when I was sentenced to life in prison for a nonviolent drug offense. Now 22, he's serving a 62-month sentence for a street drug known as cheese, a mixture of tar, heroin, and over-the-counter sleep medication. In the library at the Federal Correctional Institution in Terre Haute, Indiana, I sat down with Cody and spoke to him about cheese and his conviction. All right. What exactly is cheese? This is me, Cody. Cheese is tar heroin melted down like you're about to do a shot, but instead you mix it with crushed up sleep aid. Sleep aid like Simply Sleep, Tylenol PM, and Doormat. Me, what's the purpose? Or better yet, why would anyone want to buy cheese as opposed to regular tar heroin? Cody, no one wants to buy heroin. No one really wants to buy heroin. People are afraid of it, or scared of it, or scared of needles, or think heroin users are dirty and stuff like that. But when we take heroin and turn it into something they've never seen before and call it something else, they all want to try it. I mean, it was a marketing technique. Okay, this is, like I said, middle class kids dealing with some, I believe, some richer kids. So it's a way to get people to buy heroin. This is me, yeah, to support my own habit. We take half of the dope we buy and keep it for ourselves. Then we take the other half and turn it into cheese and make our money back plus a few hundred extra dollars. At what point do people realize that they're actually doing heroin? We tell them from the beginning. We don't lie to them, but we let them know that it's not like the kind of heroin you inject or shoot up, and it's not shady to buy. We sell it like Coke, and Coke is seen as no big deal. So you make it sound like a kinder, gentler, safer form of heroin that's fashionable to use. Is that it? Cody, exactly. Why not just buy and sell powder heroin, sell it to people who want to snort it? Why go through all the trouble buying tar and turning it into powder? I live in Texas. We don't get powder heroin in Texas. Now, this is 2013, people. All the powder is up north or on the East Coast. All we get in Texas is tar heroin that comes from Mexico, and there's plenty of it. And you can snort tar heroin if you liquefy it. But nobody wants to snort brown water that tastes like shit. Actually, it tastes like vinegar and I used to like snorting tar heroin. How do you get involved with heroin? I started using pot, coke, and Xanax when I was a freshman in high school. When I was 16, I broke my shoulder and started using hydrocodone, oxycodone, oxycontin, and Percocet. Boy, boy, after my own heart. And everyone around me was either snorting heroin or shooting it. The first time I tried it, I shot up and there was no turning back. I loved it. How old were you? 17. And what about cheese? How did you get started with that? My brother showed me what it was, but my friend Kendall and his girl Elena showed me how to make cheese. What exactly is the process? You take a plate or a glass dish and put a half ounce of tar heroin on it. You then take a syringe loaded with water and you squirt anywhere between 5 and 100 cc's of water on it and rub it around with your fingers until it turns into sludge. Then separately, you crush up a bunch of pills in either a coffee grinder or a pill grinder that you buy from Walgreens and slowly add the crushed pills into the tar and mix it around. The goal is to turn the stuff into a brown powder, but you don't want it to be too light. This is me. What is the ratio of pills to heroin? For every gram of tar, I put 4 to 5 grams of crushed up pills. I'm gonna respond in a minute, Mark. Me, let's talk about your case. How much cheese were you selling a week? We were buying 2 ounces of tar, but we were keeping an ounce for ourselves. We take the other ounce and turn it into 5 or 6 ounces of cheese. So about 4 to 5 ounces a week. You say we. Who are you referring to? Wow, I asked that question. That's crazy. I didn't mean to. Wow, that's. Oof. Well, at first I got my homeboy, and I'm just going to say it, T, to try heroin. And he started selling it to support his habit. Then when T stopped, my brother, well, he was already been put out. Braden took over and started selling tar slash cheese. By the way, the statute of limitations is over. So then when Brendan quit, me and my boy, yeah, statute of limitations over. Marty took over and sold cheese. I mean, this has been on the internet, so it is what it is. But it was crazy that I like, who else were you selling it to? And he told me like the names, and I even had the last names, but I scratched them out when I put them down. I'm just saying. How did you get busted? Everything started because there were so many deaths in our area, Dallas metropolitan area, Dallas metroplex. But what really started the investigation into my case is two of my co-defendants, Tony and Sasha, were in the house with a kid named Justin, and they were all snorting cheese. What Tyler and Sasha told me was they all nodded out. When they woke up, Justin was blue. That's fucked up. I've been there. Been in a cell. Yeah. So they panicked and left. 3 days later, Sasha went on a guilt trip and called the cops and told them everything. He turned in. He turned in a guy. She turned in a guy named JoJo. Joe and Joe told on everyone. There were 3 separate indictments in my case, and they're not done, and I hear they're not done yet. And what was your role in this conspiracy? I sold drugs to Joe at one point. How many people do you know that died of accidental cheese overdose? In a 4-year span, in just my area, 9 people died. But they weren't just using cheese. They had other stuff in their system like alcohol, Xanax, and Oxycontin. Do you feel any responsibility for those deaths? No. And one was my best friend. Look, they all knew what they were doing. No one held a gun to their heads or told them to use cheese. They felt the exact same way I do when I did heroin. It's the best feeling in the world. Me. But you yourself admitted that cheese is marketed as a kinder, gentler, safer form of heroin, something that people see as no big deal, just like Coke. Don't you feel even a little remorse? I wanted him to, I'll be honest, I was leading the witness. I wanted him to say yes, right? Here's what he said. Cody, only 3 people who died started using cheese because of me. And like I said, they all loved it. So no, not at all. I do not feel responsible and I do not feel any remorse. That might sound bad, but that's the God's honest truth. Bing. So I did journalism work when I was in the joint. Yeah, that's a pretty pointed question to be in the joint asking. Anyway, I think I remember that they were done with the indictments or something because at that time, like I said, statute of limitations. I'm aware of statute of limitations. That's kind of surprised me. Anyway, so yeah, man. I remember after I'm like, dude, so I'm writing professionally at that time, all right? And you don't want to, you know, I didn't want him to say that he had no remorse, and I even titled it that way. And even after I was done, I'm like, Cody, man, that's kind of sounds a little bad, bro. I'm gonna go with that, but I just want you to know, I'm like, any second thoughts? He's like, absolutely not, absolutely not. So there it is there. And look, I get what he's saying to a certain point, right? So anyway, let me go ahead and um Caldito in the pen. Is it Caldito? But I never. That's what I did, Mark. Real quick, I was at Chino, not Central. I was in the level one, the Camp Snoopy, whatever you want to call it. So what happened to me is I was extradited. I got 4-year probation violation, run concurrent with Arkansas time. I fought the extradition for 5 years. They finally came and got me. They brought me into Oxnard or Ontario Airport. They put me in Chino Central for 7 months, a drone haul, and then they ended up sending me to Chino. When I was at Chino is when I started doing heroin. There was like I did meth first and drank and all that shit. So I did the first time I did it. I wanted to snort it. And I ended up doing a shot. Yeah, and yeah. So I've done a video about that. I was actually 45 minutes late for release because I was chasing dope. Hi Rob, hope you Turco Ortiz, what up, Rob? Jason T, Convict Inc. Okay, bro. What up, everyone? Gino, Down Neck, Newark Bronco. Hey Rob, hope you're well. I'm doing good. Mark your mark. Cody said only 3 people died. Kid's a fucking savage. Right, bro? Right. And actually, if you really go back, there's actually 4, but yeah, only 3 people died, right? Hello, everybody. Cody is a youngster, Rob. So he was 22 in 2013. What's subject just turned in? Kenny Carnell. The whole subject's about cheese, which is heroin. So there's some kids out of the Dallas area back in around 2013 that were taking tar heroin, melting it down, sledging it down into water, putting it in water, and then putting sleep aid on it and marketing it as a like cool or trendy form of heroin to do. It was a sales technique. It was a way to get people that wouldn't do heroin to do heroin. So I did an article about it. I wrote it. It was either for Vice or thefix.com or Gorilla.com. It was one of those. So it's something that's been out there on the internet. I have come across a lot of stuff that I've written in prison, and I thought that would be one. I was going to do a video of it today. It got later. I had to go to do a bunch of stuff in Fort Smith. I had to deal with phone calls. Then one of my friends asked me to bring him a sandwich and some PVC pipe out to the lake where he's building a dock. He's by himself. So before Marta came home, I just said, fuck it. I went out there and then I came back and just said, I'll shoot this video live. I'll do live instead. That's why I'm here right now. Why would a dealer have remorse over selling dope to his clientele? Well, Alexander Wilson. So the deal is that these people, they marketed it like as a safer form, but then they got hooked and then they died. So it was the way in which he said it, right? Like, if you would have known. So when I was interviewing this kid, it's kind of a little bit snide, and I was trying to like say, hey, look, I led him. So you don't want to like lead somebody to say what you want them to say if you're doing professional journalism. And at that time, I was really trying to like do the right thing when writing. And but I didn't want him to come off like arrogant, like a prick or something. So if you marketed, so let's say that okay, for example, I cannot say that I never in my life gave somebody drugs that hadn't tried it. I was not the guy who gave somebody cocaine for the first time to get them like, here, try this. I didn't do that. I can name the dudes in prison that I so-called turned out. I don't mean for sex. I'm talking about like I got high, like my cellie. I had a cellie named, I'll just say Billy, and he kept bugging me. It's when I would stop doing drugs and I'd start again. And I'm like, he saw me getting high. He's like, I want to try it. And I'm like, well, fuck it. If you're going to do it, you're going to shoot it up. And I turned him into a monster. And he turned into like a real scumbag. Like he checked in everywhere he went, ran up bills. He became like a piece of dirt. Then there's another kid, which I will just call Kid in Terre Haute, which I gave a piece of Suboxone to, who did not want to do it. But now I'm good. Man, come on, man, just try this shit. So there are times in my life when I've done that. And he later started dealing it, selling it, using it, and then went to Big Sandy, then got out and overdosed and almost died on heroin. So I can't say that I've not ever turned somebody out in that manner. Um, but I did not, this doesn't make me good or special. So no, I'm not trying to say that. What you asked me, why would somebody have remorse? They targeted people that wouldn't necessarily want to do heroin to make it a cooler, trendy, kinder, gentler heroin, and then people died. That's what the point was. That's what I'm getting at. And I know some, I know a lot of dudes that deliberately got people hooked. People back in the crack days. I know some heroin dealers that would give people their first shot or their first line. I know a lot of guys in the joint that did that. It is what it is what it is. You a fool, Rob. Glad you're clean now, brother. Stay strong. Marky Mark, I'm not. Marky Mark, let me be clear. Let me be clear. I have not done heroin. I have not. I've drank, not been totally perfect. So I do go to counseling. I do. Yeah. So I don't want to give the impression like I'm not doing heroin and I haven't used needles. I said 2014 before, but 2016, and I shot Suboxone, which was a freaking waste, to be honest. I'm a recovering heroin addict, 2.5 years clean. Awesome, Kenny. Awesome. Hard stuff. So and Mark, you know, if you've been in the joint, it's not the same as being on the street. I've never been an opiate addict on the street. Okay. I've never had like the opiate addiction going on the street. One can say right now that I have a lot of different addictions going on right now that aren't even necessarily like drug related. So I do drink at times, not as much. Marta gets mad because sometimes I just drink one beer or one wine cooler, sometimes not more. Haven't drank whiskey in a minute, but like food, like other addictions that are just brewing in me. Food's crazy right now. You guys can see if you just watch my face or every other video. Yeah, so it's not, to me, addiction's not just necessarily a drug thing. It's not. So, but I'm nowhere like I was before, bro. I thought East Coast heroin addicts were bad until I was in Arizona and seen the meth heads, aka the Walking Dead. Gino, I live in it. I live in it. Gino, these areas, just small town areas. Uh, yeah, yeah. People, yeah, yeah. I hear you, bro. I paroled in 2016, bro. Did 44 months on that term in Wasco and Folsom. Okay. All right, Mark. What's up, fellas? Sad. California is all the best of all the best. Kenny Carnell. So I think everything's cut with fentanyl now on that opiate scene, right? Heard you might be going on Angel Gotti's channel, Down Neck, Newark, Bronx. So did you hear that from Angel? So I'll go on Angel's channel. I've told her before I would. I'm gonna go. Matter of fact, the sit down. Jeff reached out. Three people reached out to me today. No. I actually texted Angel yesterday about something else, and I will go on her show. She's on a little bit later, and the truth is, and I said it yesterday. My wife has showed me how to go on StreamYard and interview people. I don't remember. Like she's giving me instructions. I don't know where they are. That's why I have not had more people doing that. She is going to, like tonight. She won't. She usually doesn't mess with technology with me until the weekend. Like right now, like she has different nights. She does different stuff. Tonight's like her hair night. So I won't see her until after I'm done, and she's already mad at me anyway. So whatever. Heard you might be going on down that. Rob, Jimmy sees a lie where Tommy Cruddy came into the sit down and said, F you, F you, F you. Hey guys, that sounds like it's based on a true story. Did Tommy hear that one? Rob, Jimmy Calandra's lie where Tommy Crotty came in to the sit down and said, F you, F. So Tommy Crotty's saying Jimmy G 415. Tommy Crotty said he never had a sit down over Jimmy. And there's no way Jimmy could have ever done it. Do you have any remorse? Alexander Wilson. Do I have any remorse? Nice. Hey, that was good. That was good. Do I have any remorse? This is what I can say. I can say that I've seen selling cocaine, meth, marijuana. That's what I've sold, right? I have I known couples that got divorces. I've known women that had abortions. So I can say I can make direct connections to drugs I sold that have caused people problems. Um, and in a couple cases, probably they would not have if it wasn't what would not have been but for the drugs that I sold. That's the honest to God truth. People can say no, they would have done it somewhere else. In the cases that I'm talking about, no, they did not. I think that the drugs I sold in 1997 did a lot of harm to certain areas, right? Um, remorse. I feel bad. Uh, so remorse. It was destructive, right? Uh, Here's the problem. Here's where I struggle. I have said before that I felt remorse. I've said before that that I held that I I've apologized and those apologies were sincere. I've done it online. Here's the issue with drugs now. It's more of a mental health thing. It really is. It's not. I never in my life was for decriminalization, and I'm starting to be because there's too many people that are on shit now. You cannot lock up everybody, and the way they do it, the people get popped. All they do is rap, and all they do they're out. I mean, you can tell. There's guys like 5 times have been busted in this county. These couple 5 times they've been busted for drugs. They don't do more than a year. They're on probation, parole, whatever. They get out. Everybody will deal with them, knowing that they're rats, and they're just going through the motions. The law enforcement, I mean, and yet there's more people that are getting it. There are more people that are on it. So, do I feel remorse? I mean, man, like I said, I can make connections to things. I know I can make actual connections to this girl got an abortion because she was strung out on drugs that I sold. I can do that. And marriages, I can. Probably I can. I wouldn't say my first marriage because we were just kids together. We were kids together. I have remorse because I didn't statistically I was never supposed to be a drug dealer. I was a middle class kid who had a very good future handed to me from birth. Talk about white privilege. Well, I wouldn't say white privilege, but I'd say privilege. I could have been a labor's union leader. My dad had it planned out. I never even had to run for office. He was going to give me his job when he retired as business manager. So yeah, I was the youngest and only boy, spoiled brat. So I didn't have to deal drugs. You know what I mean? I'm not like a lot of people. I didn't have to. I just chose to. I liked the lifestyle. I was a surfer. I wanted to follow the sun. I just wanted to keep surfing. That's how it all started. Surfed, smoked weed, then started doing some coke, then stopped doing dawn patrol surfing so much. Didn't get up as early. Got a little harder to get up after, especially been up all night snorting coke. You know, when I went to work, the times that I did, it was, work sucked because I can make more money being home. So, did I answer the question? If I showed remorse, I kind of went everywhere, right? All right. So, Angel Gotti's channel down there. Rob, let me see. Is this a joke? Cheese? No, August. No, they called cheese. Cheese is heroin. If you got, go back later and listen to it. Either way, good for you, bro. Whatever gets you through life, brother. Thank you, Mark. You're the realist. I respect you, Mr. Russ. Thanks, Cyril Blamsky. I get it, bro. Mark. The number one addiction in America is actually porn. Whoo, Alexander Wilson. Man. So, I have now seen Pornhub and HNXX. Right? That's the one. And it's like, dude, my wife's better looking than any of them. For real. I'm not just saying that. I mean, it's the truth, right? But it's like you go down rabbit holes with that, right? It's like you do this. Imagine I've never been on the internet. So there was like videotapes and stuff when I was out. And yeah, I went to hotel rooms and watched porn and stuff like that. And with my second wife, she brought a bunch of girls home and did freaky shit. But it's like I watch like this, like you push another button, you go further, and you do this one and that, and it does get addicted. So I can get addicted to that very easy, and like not even just yeah. I'm not like in it. I'm just saying I can see it. And anything that has 18 on it, stay the fuck away from. Why? Because there's so many guys that were in prison that all said, "Oh, I was just looking at the girls that were barely legal or 18, and then I clicked over something, and then there was somebody that was younger. The next thing I know, I downloaded an image, and she was like 12." You're like, even though I don't believe most of those stories, one of them was possible. Uh, one, but dude, anything that says that, I just like stay away. You know what I mean? For real, because there's too many horror stories in prison about it, whether they're lying or not, whatever. Every heroin addict I know, including myself, as soon as they find out that someone died, they want to know where to cop the bag. Michael, I have been the guy. I was in a cell. There's a video I did about Happy Jack. I chased it down every time. Every time somebody, that's like a marketing. That's like a marketing uh, tactic, right? Have somebody die and everybody wants that bag because you're not going to do the amount that guy did. You'll do less. In the case of Happy Jack, I watched him put. There was three of us, three in a spoon, right before lockdown, like 9:30 at night, and we all drew up and we all did it. We all had our little fucking fits in it. Boom, 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 and we were so gout out. We were so high. This was white powder. It had like gray specks in it or something. And this old dude, 70 something years old, put a little bit more than the three of us had in one spoon. And we were like, it's too much. It's too much. I've been shooting dope for you all aboard. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's not funny, but that's what happened. And I went and hunted down the guy that he got it from and got it all. That's the truth. Mass. I'm from Mass, been in the game and never heard of it. Yeah, August West. It's a tar thing out of Texas. The world, Rainford. I used to give back ND feed. The kid I was serving the parents also Six Flags trips on me. I was killing their parents. Regret it, big time. No doubt. Then I became the fiend. The guy I used to make fun of, Christopher. I got you. Yeah, I got you. Never judge. Right. Haha, never judge. That's hilarious. Mate to Brian Ford. Thank God I never got Hep C sharing needles with three people inside of fucking gross. Don't miss it, but I do miss the rush. LLL, Christopher. Yeah, and I did get Hep C. And when I first started shooting dope in prison, not at Chino. This is when I went to the feds. I was a bleach guy. And people hate the bleach guy because the bleach fucks up the rubber. If it's a binky, which is the industrial milk carton bag, cut the rubber off of it. People hate the guy that wants to bleach the outfit out. So I was hated. So I wanted to use bleach. Then it became a 10 rinse, hot water. Then it became a 5 water rinse. Okay. That worked perfect for me. In fact, there was even a day when I was high and I went and got the dope, and these dudes were older and played me. So, oh man, this just got blurry. So how does this just got blurry? Shit. Oh, fuck. So how do I do this now, man? So Marta, my camera just went blurry again. Let me see something.
I don't know why. I have no idea.
Because I moved the table. But I moved the table like this.
No idea.
You're supposed to fix all this for me, babe. Well, what? I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
All right, go away.
What do you want me to do? There's nothing I can do.
Well, all right. Okay. So anyway, the government Oz, that was the savage surfer boy, longshoreman lifestyle, bro. Yeah. So anyway, I got 3 papers for $100. I know it's blurry. I'm gonna probably get off in a second because it sucks. I don't know what else to do. So 3 in a spoon. I kept point, and it was my bro Kenny. He was always a good friend, and this dude named Cody. and he was in arms. And one of them had hepatitis 2 or whatever. And anyway, they put the needle back in. There was like blood in the outfit. They were like, "Oh, you can't do it because there's blood." And we both got Hep C. And I said, "Fuck it," and I did it. I was drunk. I didn't catch that Hep C. They had it was the genotype. I knew about genotypes. I caught Hep C from a Visine bottle. We used the Visine bottle as a plunger, and I was in the shoe. It was a friend of mine named Rags, and he had hepatitis, hepatitis, Hep C, uh, 3B. I think that was it 3B is what I had. Yeah, I got the same one as him. I knew the day I got it. I knew the shot that I got it. I got sick. I got sick instantly, and this sucks. Or move the camera closer and further away from your face, and it should focus. Okay. Oh, there it is. Ah, okay. So that was good. Uh, yes, Mr. You ever shoot coke? Rossi, it's Rosso, but it's okay, Christopher. Rossi's actual cousin. True fact. Mom was a Russo, married to Rosso. My aunt Russo married to Rossi. Yeah. Shot coke with heroin only, speedball, and blew a wad in Chino in the Jewish temple and blew a wad of myself. True fact. Speedball guy. Yep. Lever channel, keep going, support you and appreciate it. Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate it. You guys can donate if you want, but I'm not FBS. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna criticize Chris. I'm just saying. Lever channel, check on Kensington and Philly. It's really bad out there. August West, neural squirts. It's weird how people who live in depressing places want to stay up for weeks at a time. I'd rather be sleeping. Wow. Neural squat. How do you say it? Squats? That is awesome. That is awesome. But you know what? So depressing places. I don't know. That's in the eye of the beholder. That's so what this is where I live is true freedom. True now, minus the probation department who fucking it's true freedom. You can look at it like so if you have a bad experience with down here, for example, I have issues with my family, right? My wife came here, it was like need to her because she's from the city. She's from Barcelona. We had a good thing going. We went to my family's once or twice a week. That's what she needed. A place to go. We had the big farm. There's a lot of stuff to do up there. My brother-in-law's in-laws, they're really, really good people. We miss them dearly. We all had this thing where every weekend and sometimes twice a week we got together, right? So it was good. When all that went bad, then she started hating this place. So if you hate some place like this, you can look at the bad stuff. For example, I'm looking across the way and I can see a new house that was built, right? My neighbor, good person. On the other side of her, there's a little blue house that the guy paid $20,000 for. It took a year to remodel and is selling for $120,000. Now he's never going to get that. He's going to get about 90, probably. I would say. I heard he got 130, but he's going to get about 90. Uh, and it's nice. Next to him, a guy paid $30,000 for a big spread. Okay, so the money's all over. I paid 90 for this place, big, 2 houses, a lot of stuff. Then I've got my neighbor over here who's lived there all his life, and he lives in there's sticks. The house is sticks. I have friends that you don't even know it's a house. It looks like a trash pile. So you can have like a mansion next door to like a shack, like Mexico back in the day. EPA, who you can burn whatever you want here, except when there's burn bans on. People do not bother you. Everybody knows your business. Back in the day, they would bother. Back in the day, when they found out I spent a lot of time as a kid back here. When they found out I was dealing drugs, I was frowned upon. If I was the case now, not so much. It's changed. People know who everybody is, but they do not bother you. Okay, they'll gossip about you all day long. Okay, and that can be bothersome, but you can live how you want. If you want to stay up in your front yard and build a rocket ship out of moped parts, you can, and the cop will allow you to. The local cop doesn't. He cares if people come out of town and bring drugs in, or if you sell drugs to people out of town. They don't care about marijuana anymore back here. Apparently, I don't know, but it's true freedom. If I want to get on my side by side, roll down the middle of the interstate or highway, Highway, I can. If I want to get on a golf cart, roll down the highway, I can. If I want to get on a speedboat that I turned into a motorized vehicle that's first to the street, I can. It's awesome. That's freedom. I can burn whatever the fuck I want. I can do. You can do whatever. You can run around naked. It's freedom. So it can be depressing. It can. It can at times. It's weird now. Hey, yeah, they do. We call it works in the tri-state. Oh, I've never heard someone call it an outfit. Yeah, outfit, Christopher. That's what we call it in prison. And I understand you guys call it the works out there too. What the hell happened to Jimmy Weinstein? You put him out of business? I don't know. I haven't paid attention to Jimmy. I do know that we have all the Jimmy. Don't be a Jimmy. Not all of them. That's gonna. There's gonna be a lot. We have it. We have it ready. We have a platform ready to start selling stuff, but we ordered it first to make sure there's no problems. Okay. I wanted to put it up on Sunday night. My wife's like, Monday night. No, you're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna like the memberships. You're gonna fuck it up. Don't tell nobody until we ordered it and we saw. Take it outside, hose it down, should be good. Turn the camera lens out. Yeah. Put a piece of blank computer paper, cover the lens, and pull it away. Okay, so that was in regards to it's okay, blurry, nobody's watching because of your looks, but fuck you, Gino. Alexander. It's okay. Or move the camera closer. No, it's not bad, brokers for wow. A lot of guys get it from sharing water bottles because yeah, you're good, bro. When you learned into the camera, you focus. Okay, Mr. Ross, I'm fascinated by organized crime and race relations. Secular human one, organized crime and race relations. Appreciate your lives. Thank you. Organized crime and race relations. I'm not sure. Like what? I'm trying to. Okay, so I don't want to lose. Okay. Depressing place is West Virginia. It has the worst drug death rate in America. Boy, what they did to those people in West Virginia. They targeted those people, boy. They really did. So were you doing that mud dope in Lewisburg? It's Philly, New York dope. What you prefer? Christopher, what do I prefer? I'm a tar baby, bro. If I was on heroin, it would be a tar. I love tar. I don't like the Philly. I don't. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I did plenty, and I would, I DC. Crazy story about DC though. Guys from DC that were getting powder actually were going to Long Beach and getting it in 2004. White dope out of Long Beach. Really, really weird. I had a good friend from DC, and it was really weird. And I actually, his connection, which was his cousin, I put him with my sister when they were out there and they partied. I'm ready to leave New York. I'm ready to live free. How do Italians make it out there? Donnie, great, great. You know what Northwestern Arkansas is doing? Hispanic. And you know what? They're freaking great people, all of them. Guatemalans, Hondurans, Mexicans, and they're all they're very, very conservative, even the ones that are illegal. And I am kind of in a little network of them because of some friends that we have, and they are awesome people. I grew up in California around Mexicans, all right, and I am a big about the border issue. It's true. Like I'm like I don't like the open border thing we got going. Having said that, if you go anywhere in Fort Smith or anywhere in northwestern Arkansas, or so I don't know about. So I've been to Hot Springs. I've been there in a year. I haven't been. Uh, I haven't been anywhere east in a long time. So I can go from Missouri border and the western side of the state all the way down to Texarkana. That's my jurisdiction. I don't need a travel pass. So I have stayed. Matter of fact, I haven't even been past Mina, which is an hour south of me, or south, yeah, southish. Um, but everywhere you go, there's help. There's help. They need help everywhere. Every single place, McDonald's, Starbucks, chicken factories, construction worker, concrete workers, of vehicles. Every single place. There's no place, and this anywhere that I've in enforcement that you can't get a job. Nowhere, nowhere. So plenty of jobs. People are welcoming. There's towns that are cliquish. Small towns are full of gossip, but the older people are dying, like my dad's people. Um, Probably a lot of people around here rolling over in their graves. We've got like three. I have a neighbor that's a black guy and a white girl. So very great people. That would not have happened in 1997. When I was a kid, there was actually signs. So I'm on the Oklahoma border. You rolled into Arkansas, the natural state. Hey, N word, don't let the sun, blah, blah, blah. That was up in the 80s to early 90s. True stuff. Different times. Um, yeah, the other uh, blacks that live down here, that live on the other side of where I'm at, down where I have lots. Good friend of mine, a great people's got kids, little Cordella, they watch my show. Shout out to them. They're really, really good people. Um, but that's what there's a lot of. Italians are fine. There was more of an Italian community here. Hot Springs still has quite a few, from what I understand. I did live in Hot Springs for a minute in 1995, but I was fucking spun out. I never went to bed. The China white is without doubt the best. I was in California at the time. It ain't nothing, but it's really hard to find good white. So, Michael, I'm afraid. I'm glad I don't do like H anymore, and any kind of like illegal form of pills, because I think everything's cut up with fentanyl, right? And that's like a scary thing. They don't have that here. As a matter of fact, let me tell you about this county and those two surrounding counties. They have a big meth and pill problem. They've also got seminars with law enforcement agencies. They're having seminars that are on the lookout for any kind of illegal street pill with fentanyl in it and heroin. You best not be caught south of Fayetteville, or I guess anywhere in northwestern Arkansas. They're trying to. They want to try to put a stop to that before it gets started. You know what I mean? And so it's just because of what are the cartels all doing? Why are they hitting everything with fentanyl? I don't know. Anyway, I couldn't leave Philly, Jersey area. Are no good butchers, pastries, joints, ND pots. Forget about it. Crazy. Chris Fred's good. So there is. You'd be surprised at some of the little spots out in the middle of nowhere. Well, okay, in a place called Cribbs, Oklahoma. God, I haven't been there in years. They had some Italians that had like an Italian shop that sold a bunch of Italian import stuff from Italy, and made like phenomenal salsiccia, like that, like the sauce, phenomenal, right? Like I grew up, so my mom's side, we had spaghetti every Sunday. Um, every morning, Sunday mornings, I wake up, my mom would do the garlic and the sauce, the meatballs, and all that stuff. So I'm used to Italian food, real Italian food, and bar none, like the best. Cribs, Oklahoma, little nowhere place. Rosso, solid, thank you. When will you drop more Benny tapes? So, and NY. I was helping my friend a little while ago, and Marta came home, shared my phone ringing, the work phone, and Benny called. So I don't know what he said. It's taped. She told me to listen. Here we go again with the blur. Uh, so let me see. That help? I think it does a little bit. So when I back up, maybe it's blurry, right? Is that what's going on here? So I don't want to do more than like once a week on the Benny stuff. Am I getting on? Okay, that helped. Yeah. So I don't know. He didn't say anything of significance. Also, to the person who sent me the email, who I need to call you back is what I need to do. No, you didn't leave me your number. I want to read that email. I was going to, and you said, "What's your number?" You were going to call me, and you did not. Um, that's. I had put out a video, said people that want to rebuff, what have a different side of what Benny's saying. That was a good one, respectful, and I'm honoring your wishes because you told me not to read it, but I really want to. So I hope you call me because I'd like to talk about it. And I told you I'm not going to put anybody's name out there that doesn't want to be out there. I know your name apparently, but I'm not going to do that to you. I will not, and I won't do it to Benny. He's in prison. He's my friend, yes, but that he knows. I told him that, and I told all my other friends. I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to set up wars against each other. If there's somebody who has something to counter what Benny is saying, I'm going to put it out there. And I'm going to put Benny's stuff out there too. Free Geritano. So Marky Mark, Tony Pizza talking bad about you before he's live now. What real? Um, Marky Mark. So do you have a YouTube channel, bro? Why would Tony Pizza be talking bad about you? I'm trying to figure that out. Just let me know real quick. Tony Pizza's talking bad about you before he's live now for free Geritano, the China Waters without daily check-in from NYC. Much love and respect, William Brooklyn. When I look at you, Mr. Rosso, I don't see a drug head. I see a man with a level head. I thank you for your positive vibes. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Talk to my PO. No, that's unfair. Talk to his boss. That's more fair. That's more fair. Christopher, when will you drop more Benny tips? So we'll see. Mob Rats message retract. I would love to travel out there, Christopher. It's a great place. Really, that's awesome. Rob, tell us some DWB work you put in. I mean, uh, like shots I've called, or I have, I've put in a couple different things. Um, Probably the one that was like, to like a move to make things happen was Jimmy Couch, and that wasn't nothing to brag about. Jimmy Couch is a little older guy. He spit on one of my bros. My bro was sitting in Allenwood. He couldn't come to Lewisburg because Jimmy Couch was there. They had a set, so I had to go in and get rid of Jimmy Couch. And I was beating him up, and here comes Captain Clay, who was a female who just dove in and wiped me out. like super hoe. She came in, flew, boom, and smashed me. And when I looked up, her tits are in my face. She's like, "Are you good? You're good." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'm good." I mean, that's I did a video about it. But yeah, Captain Clay saves the day. Did you ask Benny about Club Leb Agnostic One? I did. And you were the one that was in the back, Agnostic One. So I told him with the tattoo guy, I think you were the one. And so yeah, when you when you were running GWB, if the Shamrock guys offered you membership, did the Shamrock, Christopher, Barry Mills, I was in the hole with him, and they wanted us to drop our patches and go AB. That's a true story. There's stuff online about that. When they came back for Max retrial, we were all in A range in the shoe and Levin work together. And I say all, the DWBs at the time were all getting transferred. We got into it with the arm. Well, we didn't get into it. They put whatever. That's a whole different story. But Barry Mills saw that there was going to be an explosion of white prison gangs coming in. He knew about all the new prisons being built. He foresaw that there was going to be more white prison gangs springing up, and he wanted to get a handle on it. And he was offering basically the dirty white boys out on the line, like membership into the ABs. Now, it wasn't that cut and dry. So really, he would then want us to weed each other out and take the best or the better of them, something like that. But for Bart, 1,000% for sure. He offered us just boom. Dirty white boys become ABs at that time. And that was in 2002, and that was October, September and October. September and October. They were all back for Big Mac's trial. It was Bingham, Barry Mills, T.D. Bingham, who was on that range. Texas said he was next door to me down below. I don't know. There's like, so what they did was every other, so that they emptied out A range. They remodeled it, and they put 3 bunks in for a minute. They took those back out in the shoe and Leavenworth. They put like 1 AB, nobody in the cell, a dirty white boy, empty cell, AB. That's how they did it. Or was there 1 AB, 1 dirty white boy? Just depends how many people there were. But I was downstairs, and we cleaned out the toilets, and we're listening to the conversations. Billy and No-Nos were the ones really talking to Barry at the time. Yeah, that happened though. That sure did happen. I had people come back and say I was full of shit. That fucking happened, period. Grew up down there. I remember seeing a sign certain town when you were running Red Zone. I grew up down there. I remember seeing a sign in a certain town when you get to the outskirts of it when I was a little kid. Most people don't believe me when I tell them that. Yeah. Zilla AM, whatever. Yeah, that's true. That sign stayed up. That sign stayed up for years. And there was in 1993, there was like I don't know if they lived here like a black guy for a second. Anyway, the house that got burnt. You know what I mean? So that shit happened around here. It's totally different now. Totally, totally different. Okay, agnostic one. Yes, I did. And Benny was trying to figure out, he's like, tattoo guy, Club Legacy. So then the phone went off. I'll re-ask him though. And Benny, you guys can get a hold of him through JPay. It's in the video that I did live when he called. So people have been getting a hold of him, by the way. Who's Michael Johnson of the Aryan Brotherhood? What is he doing interviews? Was he a shot caller? Michael Johnson? You mean Michael? What's his name? That was down for like 43 years. Was he a shot call? Johnson, I'm not sure. Johnson's Michael something else. Thompson. Yes, yes, he was. He absolutely was. He absolutely was a big deal. Yes, he was. Scum and Mob 2 General. Okay. Jeremy Smith. I won money on Arkansas this past Saturday. I love the team. Jefferson is a monster. It'll be a good game Saturday with South Carolina. Hard to get in to see the Arkansas Razorbacks play anything. Hard. Yeah. So I'm good friends with Steve Mills. He's in the halfway house. We now nephew brought the Shamrock to Jersey. Really, Christopher? Wait, whoa, Christopher. Are you saying that Steve Mills? Are you saying that Jersey has an AB family, like an AB crew, an AB tip? Please answer me that question, Christopher. Does Jersey have an AB tip? That's like the Aryan Brotherhood of New Jersey. That's what I want to know. And I'm looking for it. I'm waiting for it. So I know I said 3 weeks ago, Michael Thompson exaggerated too damn much. Okay. So I know he was, well, he did a documentary like before he was out. Should never mention Angel Gotti on here. Don't be a Jimmy. Should never mention Angel Gotti on here. Don't be a Jimmy. William Brooklyn. Okay. So yeah, this is getting blurry again. Angel Gotti, I will go on her show for real. And I'll go on, I'm going to go on Jeff's Nadeau show again for something else. When you inviting guests in your show, Dusty might be the first guest. Scum Mob to Dusty is in traveling the world. And I have not talked to him in a minute. I don't know why. I've reached out to him, so I don't know what's going on. But I don't know. He's a busy guy, though. I am going to have Mike DeBella on. Today is Wednesday, so maybe tomorrow or the next day. Matter of fact, that's great you said that. So I don't know. It's coming soon, and I'm gonna ask Marta. She'll help me set up StreamYard so I can interview people. Christopher, it is infoconvictinc@gmail.com. Go to convictinc.net. I got to make sure that website's still up because I have to pay for the service. Number 479-255-8999. Infoconvictinc@gmail.com. Ohio joints have I already know a new sub. I was on 23 and 12 years back. I have a recovery channel. Okay. Grind to shine. Ohio joints have AB. I know all about Ohio ABs. They've been around a while. New sub. I was in 23 and a half years back. 23 and 12 years back. I have a recovery channel. Okay. So Grind to Shine, is that the name of your channel? I'll put it out there. God bless, brother, from Youngstown, Ohio. Okay. 88 Napolitano. Christopher, Mob Mondays are fire, as well as great channel, dude. Thank you. StreamYard is easy to use. Yeah, but I'm a retard. I'm like computer literate, and I get anxiety over fucking technology. Like my brain fries and I lose it when I don't understand. When I'm on here, I'm gonna give you an example. If I look up, okay, if I go to mail, right? Okay, so I got all my mail. I got 2 different mailing addresses on this phone. If I go and I push something and it says like YouTube Live, what is this right now? Perfect example. And it says like Capital One, your payment's been denied. This doesn't say that. It actually says I'm eligible for more money, more credit, which, yeah, because I'm a moron. Payment information. Okay. And if let's say that they said such and such has been denied, but I never used it, but Marta might have used it. dude, my brain goes zzz, and I can't think, and I get fucking anxiety, and I have to go lay down or drink a wine cooler. I say wine cooler because beer. I'm gaining so much weight. Like I don't. I like they have these 50-calorie wine coolers, like what college girls drink. That's what I'll drink for real. Um, what the fuck is this? See, I'm telling you right now, I don't know what all this shit is, and it drives me crazy. Why am I getting gambling sites? Do you know that talk about addiction, right? Every little town has these machines that you go in now. Every little town sells torches, glassware, um, cartridges. Really, if you look close to cartridges, it'll say like they're actually marijuana in them, but they pretend that they're not selling dope. And then they have these little machines that for coupons only. They're slot machines. And so somebody got me hip to one. I had no idea, and they're everywhere. And so I played and I won, right? And then after I won, I lost, of course, because I can never win because I'm a terrible winner. I like to lose. That's just part of me. I love to lose. I think that's my whole mo. So then a family member, God bless my family, I know I talk to, gets me hip to. Did you know you can gamble on your phone? And I'm like, huh? Yeah, you can get. You can get. And I did. Like I didn't know. Like it was even. I did. This is months ago. I was up like $7,000, 7 grand, no bullshit, and I didn't cash out. Telling me they showed me I can cash out and everything. This is starting off like a couple $100, $7,500. Nah, not me. I don't know what I was going to win. I have no idea what I was aiming for. Right? Then I lost. Then I had to go back on and put another $50 in. Then I tried a different overseas thing. Put in three different debit card, credit card, ripped me off, drained my bank account. This one drained my dude. It caused me so much problems. It caused me so much problems. It sucked, and I haven't done it since. And then I found out that it's like illegal. Like I had to go tell my PO, like, listen, guys, like I didn't even know. That's the truth too. Fax say sup pal. Do you have IG? DM me if so. IG. What's IG? Do you have IG? Instagram? Yeah. If so, or call. I can help you figure out some of the tech stuff. Okay, grind to shine. Cool. People have told me that before. When in the feds did you meet Mikey? When in the feds did you meet Mickey Reed? I'm trying to think of Mickey Reed. I'm trying to think agnostic one. I'm sorry. Shoot you an email later this week, Rob. I'm back at work too, brother. I'm listening. Okay, Mark. Thanks, bro. Life was so simple when we had pagers. Jesus Christ, man. Tell me about it. Or even just Altel flip phones. This is my favorite channel. Thank you, bro. Facts overfilling. What's up? I meant I was on 23 and 1, the YT channel. Oh, okay. I got you, Grind to Shine. They will give you 1,000 risk-free bet to start. Yeah, facts overfilling. Teresa Murphy, hi, facts overfilling. Hello, everyone. Chris Schrock, Mob Rats 2. Okay, Paul Clinton. Teresa Facts. Chris, okay. Who were the Black Gorilla Family Gang? Who were they? They were gangs in California that was part of the reason the ABs started their thing with the Emmy. Mike, he did the World Trade heist. Mob Rats 2. Hi, Chris. Mob Rats 2. Okay, so hour and 3 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and what time is it? 8:10. Yeah, I'm gonna go, you guys. I wanted to put the story out about the cheese stuff. You know who? I think you might be on here, or you might be listening and not be in the chat room. I'm gonna call you. I see that you called me. Also, Jeff, I will call you. And there's another guy who has reached out to me, starts with an L, and I'm gonna call you guys right now. If you guys are paying attention, I was supposed to call you guys earlier, and I'm going to see about Mike Bella tomorrow. So I'll probably interview the Bella and then put it out, but that's kind of a bigger deal. So I believe so. I'll give notice. I'll give notice of that. I'd like to give better notice of my lives. The truth is, I don't even know if I'm going to do a live until like the minute before I do it for many different reasons. and look at Convict Inc. merchandise. The payment settings for Convict Inc. merch was recently unfreaking believable. This is what I'm talking about. If you didn't make this contact support, what the fuck? Yeah. All right. See, now I'm stressed. Have a good night, you guys. I gotta go figure out what happened. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for your guys' support.